Have you ever climbed a mountain? When you reach the top, the voice in your head saying you can't do this is finally silent because you proved it wrong. But you wouldn't know it if you stayed at the foot, terrified of taking the first step. These mountains are your progress in work, life, or relationships. In a way, you're that mountain because you always hike your own psychological trails and explore its beauty and unknown treasures. Sometimes you have to jump over a fallen tree in your path. That can be a traumatic memory or a complex. You can be your biggest obstacle or tremendous force. Nothing feels better than conquering yourself. Your victories in the external world are the peaks you scaled inside of you. Ascension always includes tripping and falling. However, people often confuse failing with being a failure. They believe mistakes make them imperfect or unworthy. Nonetheless, perceiving errors as lessons can enrich your experience, temper your character, and deepen your knowledge. Keeping the myth of perfection means never rising above your head. Whatever your mountain is, you must drop your excessive demands, imposed values, and false views while at its foot. For example, you must determine why you need to lose weight. Is it because you love your body and want to care for it? Or because someone said you look unattractive? Be honest with yourself about why you need to hit that peak. The ascension breaks those following the wrong goals. Only genuine desires can motivate and push you further. Finally, remember that the way up is always hard, but the only means to grow. Therefore, prepare to discover and climb your mountain, even if your fears create traps on your way to the top. Key point 2. Your progress relies on your readiness to change. People say you are your best friend and worst enemy. When it comes to career, finances, or personal growth, your mind can promote you to victory or block your every effort. You may think that you're moving forward, while in reality, you're running in a hamster wheel. Self-sabotage is a principal coping technique your mind uses to react to reality. It comes from various mental patterns. Fears. Usually, the most basic worries hide something critical. For example, you may sabotage your career advancement because you fear you won't manage the workload. However, on a deeper level, you may be terrified that professional success will make you sacrifice a connection with your family. Negative and limiting beliefs. The preconceptions you grew up with will create obstacles because what you want is dangerous or bad. For example, you'll struggle to grow financially if your parents think money spoils people. The unknown. Changes make you leave your comfort zone and adopt new habits or behaviors. Growth brings new things to life. So you may sabotage your success because you fear it will shatter your life order or deprive you of things you are used to. The common practice is to live on a roller coaster. You laugh and smile when you go up and feel stressed or depressed on the way down. Such an unstable lifestyle scales your emotions from one extreme to another, making you restless. Your life reflects what your mind collects. However, this is not a verdict. You can leave the cabin to accept or change the state of affairs. Either way, you stop denying what's wrong in your life, and the part of your pain will disappear. Start by writing out all the issues bothering you, work problems, loneliness, or anxiety. Note down every little nuance bugging your head. Sometimes breaking down is the only way to change. However, when you hit rock bottom, you can see what took you there. You cannot lie to yourself anymore. You face the pain and start moving to the surface. Therefore, prepare for extreme honesty with yourself. If your life is terrible and you cannot live that way anymore, cheer up because now you can take the first step up the mountain. Key point 3. Self-sabotage starts with the autopilot mode of life. Progress is moving forward no matter what, but not every advancement is beneficial. You may think you're going in one direction while your habits and thoughts drag you to the opposite. So you may appear at a crossroads, and your fears will switch to autopilot mode in your head. You become blind to your actions. For example, you think of a great startup, but everyday chores stop you from fulfilling your idea. Therefore, you find excuses that you're too busy, it's not the right time, or there are more pressing issues. Your procrastination or laziness is often just the mask of self-sabotage. It has a few external forms you can recognize. Opposing a change. Resistance is beneficial before making a risky deal or committing a crime. Your beliefs make you stop and assess how right it is. Nonetheless, it can be a considerable obstacle on the way to your dreams. For example, you decide to write a book but never find inspiration. Thus, you are preventing your creative progress and may never reach your goal. Reaching your ceiling. Being happy with what you have is excellent, but nothing is eternal. You can always add something new and exciting to your life. Always starting, never finishing. Some people are like butterflies. They would rather jump from one job or relationship to another than focus on one thing. Therefore, you must understand what you are trying to avoid. You may fear commitment or want to work in a different niche. Demanding things to be perfect. People rarely want to be good at something. They want to be perfect. But how can you be flawless at something you do for the first time? The key is to put aside excessive demands and focus on the process. Perfectionism always leaves a writer's page blank. Finding excuses. It's the "my dog ate my homework" case. You may suffer from this self-sabotage if you say, "I don't have enough time." Your priorities determine your schedule, so choose them wisely. You can overcome self-sabotage if you are truthful about your desires. Therefore, decide what happy or successful means to you, even if society labels it differently. That's how you find peace and happiness. Did you know? A 2019 Darius Foreau study showed that 88% of employees procrastinate at least 1 hour a day. Key point 4. Navigate your life by your emotions. People strive for happiness and comfort and avoid negativity and pain at any cost. Nevertheless, negative emotions can make you more resilient and mentally stronger if you decipher and learn from your feelings instead of suppressing them. Understanding emotions starts with naming them and listening to the message they convey. Anger is a truth detector. It shows what you care about in extreme situations. It also highlights your values and principles. It can push you forward to an abrupt yet desired new start if you have feared it for a long time. Sadness often reveals itself through crying. It's a healthy way to let go of something you love or overcome disappointment. Guilt can be an excellent way to bond with those you wronged. It is essential to build healthy relationships. Suppressing emotions is like covering a wound without treating it. It won't heal and may even worsen. Jealousy and anger are closely tied. You look at a person and that feeling grips your throat. However, you choose where it leads you. You can judge the lucky people or decide what you want and move towards your goal. Uncontrollable fears often signify that you are terrified of losing control of your life. The only way to overcome such issues is to give in to them. You cannot control and manage everything, so you must make peace with it. Shrug your shoulders and say, "So what? I'll deal with it if it comes." Fears make you relive the worst scenario, while recognizing them will help you leave the endless negative loop. Finally, one more source of significant information is your gut feeling. This way, your body may signal that something is wrong or provide hints on how to move forward. For example, you feel emotionally drained after talking to a friend. Your gut feeling tells you this friend is the reason for your misery. However, remember that intuition aims to make your life better, not to make your decisions for you. The good things that happen to us in life are like a magnifier. They show us where we still need to grow. True love shows us to ourselves. Brianna Wiest. Emotional intelligence is critical for balancing your desires and reality. Even though emotions are often reactive, you can learn a lot about yourself from them. Therefore, strive to understand and respect your feelings, not hide them in a drawer. Key point 5. Letting go allows people to heal and move forward. No hiker enters the mountains carrying kitchenware or a TV. The lighter you are, the faster and easier your journey will be. Nonetheless, people often take memories, past grievances, or disappointments into the new life phase. For example, some people bring their betrayal trauma into their relationships. Thus, they suspect their partner of infidelity or break up to avoid suffering. Letting go of the past can be tricky. The more you push yourself, the more resistance you will encounter. Would it be right to give up after so many years of struggle? How can you forget what they did to you? These questions are difficult to answer, and forcing a person to simply let it go will hurt and damage them. Building a new future is the first step to saying goodbye to your past. Your past is like a home you grew up in. It holds many memories. Nonetheless, you must move on, rent an apartment close to your college or work, or start a family in a new house. These different stages require an empty place for all the memories you will make. So, in the process of building a new home, you let go of the past. In some cases, your old home can be a cage. What if you started life with a person you love, but they suddenly left you? Your experience lingers unfinished, and you are restless because the story doesn't have a desired ending. And instead of letting go, you live in the if world. Unfortunately, the modern world gives you little time to grieve. You can take a few days off, but not months or years. No wonder your past returns and reminds you of itself. You never had time to analyze and say goodbye. It needs more time and attention. Thus, sometimes you must return to your past to reduce its effects on your present. Here is how you can do it. 1. Close your eyes and enter that experience. 2. Try to feel the moment and let the rising emotions well up. 3. Instruct your younger self that everything will be all right. 4. You can add how specifically this experience has helped you and what positive changes it brought. 5. Open your eyes and end the practice when ready. This meditation can help you break free, refocus on the present, and build your desired new life. Key point 6. Traumas are the cracks in your future's foundation. Sometimes people go so deep into their past that they cannot find a way out. Many let go but do not know what to do next. These feelings come over hikers on their way up the hill when they get rid of most of their carriage. They doubt they will reach the top and worry about how to surmount the obstacles. The solution to both situations is simple. Move forward. First, you must reconnect with your old self to let go of the past. Now you will do a reverse practice by envisioning the future self that must guide you. Here's how you can do it. First, sit down with your eyes closed. Second, imagine you are in a pleasant and calm space where you feel safe. Third, ask your future self to come and sit in front of you. Fourth, observe their appearance and body language. You must imagine the model to follow in your future. Fifth, ask the other self for guidance. Stick to positive and hopeful questions instead of interrogating your future version about what you are terrified of. Sixth, open your eyes and stop the meditation when you are ready. Fear can turn even the sweetest dreams into nightmares. Building your future self grows more challenging when your trauma's grip is so tight that you're unaware of your reactions and behavior. You may feel sad, frustrated, or angry over a minor issue. Your body senses it and feels tight, tense, or even pained. Usually, when we have a problem that is circumstantial, we are facing the reality of life. When we have a problem that is chronic, we are facing the reality of ourselves. Brianna Wiest. Follow these steps to uncover and manage your psychological trauma. 1. Find the roots. What caused your trauma? How does your body react to it? Painful memories may force you into a fight or flight mode whenever something triggers your emotions. Practicing meditation, mindfulness, or therapy will help you prevent entering survival mode. 2. Burn the fire with fire. Trauma makes fear chronic. Going into your fear is the only way to get rid of it. 3. Try to see the truth and don't make it up. Strong emotions can make you believe in things that aren't true and stress you out even more. The same concerns making predictions. Remember, you are not a psychic and can't see the future. Thus, calm your emotions to clear your mind. Key point 7. Enhancing life starts with improving yourself. Everyone wishes to be different, intelligent, resilient, or peaceful. Most perceive this question as rhetorical and leave it lingering for years. Others see it as an issue to resolve. Think about it. What would your better self look like? How would they differ from you? Enhancing yourself may be challenging, but possible with these steps. Every morning, ask yourself what your upgraded self would do today. What are your new habits, values, and preferences? And then start to think and behave as if you are already your better self. Accept yourself as you are, but move to the person you desire to be. Get to know yourself and remember that no one is perfect. A great warrior knows their weaknesses. Prepare yourself for judgment. Whatever you do can receive an adverse reaction from people, even your friends and family. So learn to be okay with that. Otherwise, every negative opinion will take you down piece by piece, and you will never become who you want to be. Find your purpose. What do you love doing and are good at? What benefits can you bring to this world with your actions? Upgrade your mind constantly, analyzing your day to take lessons and understand where you are as fundamental to growth. However, it is the most challenging step as it often makes you feel uncomfortable. You have to face your traumas and triggers and dwell upon thoughts that hurt you to get rid of them. Self-work is the hardest yet most critical job. Share your achievements, not your plans. Keep some things to yourself. Develop a positive learning mindset. You can transform every experience into a lesson. Accepting life turmoil this way will prevent negative emotions, develop your virtues, and save your nerves. Respect and recognize your feelings. Most people need others' validation to feel better, but you must become that person yourself. If you feel anger, grief, or pain, allow yourself to experience it. When you let the emotion in, it will always go away by itself. Yet, if you fight it, it will continue affecting you. Conclusion. Self-sabotage is the principal reason most people cannot achieve their desires and goals. It may seem unrealistic for people who like seeking excuses. It's easier to say that you are busy or too tired to do what you truly want than to recognize that you are impeding your progress because you fear failure or lack confidence. Recognizing the truth forces you to act. Realizing you sabotage your growth is challenging because you must leave your comfort zone. People quickly get used to things, their schedule, habits, and life. So when something shatters their plan, they stress out. For example, having a baby is undoubtedly exciting and joyful. But even the most loving and devoted parents may feel frustrated, exhausted, and depressed. These emotions are natural. They are a part of growth. Events like having a baby, moving, or changing a job catalyze transformation. They may trigger your painful traumas and lead to outbursts of negative emotions. Nonetheless, you may learn from it and become a more powerful version of yourself. After all, everyone is ascending their own mountain. So don't worry. Get your gear and move out on an adventure to your new self. Try this. Take a piece of paper and decide what principles you live by in each area of your life. Focus on the spheres you struggle with. For example, you may need financial help if you're in debt. Analyze what brought you into the situation. You may spend above your means or need a better job. Assessing your behavior and beliefs will help you formulate and follow principles that can change your life.